explore the wisdom of the revered Narada Bhakti Sutras, a cornerstone of Hindu devotion, with His Holiness Swami Jyotirmayananda. Experience 45 enlightening lessons on the essence of Bhakti Yoga. Discover the path to pure love for God and transcend the material world. Embrace the teachings that have guided devotees for centuries. Attain spiritual perfection through devotion. Prepare to understand the depths of divine love. Find your path to spiritual enlightenment. Trust in the sutras. Follow these instructions. Be blessed with devotion. And now, His Holiness Swami Jyotirmayananda.
Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Om. Adorations to Lord Krishna, the preceptor of the universe, destroyer of the forces of darkness, and bestower of immortality. Continuing with the highlights of the yoga of devotion. So always understand yoga of devotion and yoga of wisdom. They are two aspects of the same coin. If you want the coin, you have to have both. The intellectual way describe Brahman as a non-dual absolute. Brahman alone exists. In devotional way, God is the embodiment of absolute love. Love and knowledge. Two aspects. Love reaches its climax, and knowledge also bursts forth through all limitations. Intuitive knowledge and intuitive feeling both are the same thing. Intuitive feeling is called Mahabhav. Feeling that has broken through all limitations. And the very ego in a person has dissolved. Remember that Meera's sayings, Lali mere lal ki jit dekhaun tit lal. It says, I went out to look for the beauty of my beloved. She fell in love with God. So she went out looking for where he is. You are going to modify this statement. Don't say, fell in love, rose in love. In moha type of love, you always fall. And when you get up from this, whether we are still healthy or with broken knees, no one knows. So, when she became aware that God is shining through all objects of the world, not only human beings, animals, birds, but even rocks, rivers, the sky, the heavens. Wherever I turn my gaze, I see nothing but the beloved. I had started looking for where my beloved is. Where is he hiding? But I have come to that state that I am no more. मैं भी हो गई लाल. I myself turned into the beloved self. A river went on looking for the wonders of the world. Passed through forests, heard the sounds of birds, even the sounds of frogs, all types. And went on looking for, where can I find immense joy until it came close to the ocean, leapt into the ocean, bursting forth all limitations. And then suddenly, all disappeared. Who is looking for what? Ocean surges on. Narada, sage Narada, made the statement that bhakti should be like the bhakti of the gopis, cowherd girls, cowherd ladies. They were all known as gopis. And Krishna Leela, story of Krishna, is always relating to so many cowherd women who are adoring him. And language rises to a state of extreme amorous language, which I have explained. There is no choice. In order to let the mind of the masses be impressed with the immensity of divine love, language has to be used that which is understood by their mind. So the same thing was adopted in the Bible with Song of Solomon. And Sufi saints in Persia, they also adopted similar language, but they added into it. They added drinks. The story of a saintly person who goes inside the bar and doesn't order a lot of drink, but just takes a little penny worth. People look at him with amazement. And they ask him, "What is, are you poor?" He said, "Because I'm already drunk." To make you feel comfortable, that my also face smells. I'm just applying it to my mustache. It's another point. Sages in the possession of that mighty experience, they keep a little painting of the mustache. In 22nd Sutra, Tatrapi na Mahatma Jnana Vismriti Apavada. If one were to ask, were not those gopis deluded by Krishna, and they developed infatuated love? And Narada says, not so, because in the midst of all their descriptions of amorous love, they speak of, they're referring to Bhagavata text, where Krishna's story occurs. There are many other Puranas also. And the gopis, every now and then they speak of Krishna, not in an ordinary sense. You must understand that Krishna is just a boy of 10, 12-year-old. And to associate all amorous language, etc., is simply poetic, figurative. At one place, the gopis make this statement. Krishna is teasing them. And the gopis yearn to see Krishna, to play with him, dance with, to listen to his flute, quoting from the Bhagavad Puran. You are indeed not merely the delighter of Yashoda. You are the witness self, abiding in the heart of all beings. Amorous people don't say those things. O divine friend, at the request of Brahma, the creator, you have descended into the family of Yadus for the protection of the universe. That awareness and knowledge was always there in the heart of the gopis. And Krishna's friend Uddhava, much later in that story, Krishna's story, developed a sense of pride in having knowledge about Krishna. Krishna not as a human being, but the universal self. This subtle point is always there when aspirants gather, receive inspiration through a guru. The ideal always is to understand that Guru is only a medium. Whoever sees in the Guru Brahman and becomes aware of it, he sees in a right way. So Uddhava, Krishna's friend, developed that idea that he was able to behold Krishna not as a personality, but as the presence, divine presence that operated through that personality. And Krishna, realizing that he is developing subtle pride of knowledge, because the ideal is perfect to realize that. But mere advancement of intellect is not enough. If your intellect is very subtle and you can explore through Vedantic texts and understand all intricate arguments, bravo, only one side of your back. But your feeling has not blossomed. So therefore it is imperfect knowledge. Krishna wanting to have Uddhava attain deeper, profounder knowledge, he said to him, O Uddhava, gopis are yearning for my presence. Why don't you go there and give some consolation? And Uddhava said, O Lord, you are giving me a great, very honorable task. I will do. So he goes there. And he waits for the opportunity to give them consolation. But what he finds that they are immersed in Krishna. Whatever they do, household chores, attending on cows, milking them, working with milk, making butter and all that, going through pasture lands, and all the time they are intoxicated by Krishna's love. Uddhava didn't get any chance. However, he just tried a little in one sitting. And Radha turned to him and said, what are you saying? Krishna is not with us. Krishna cannot get away from us. He's penetrated. His presence is the fabric of our existence. And not only that, there is Krishna everywhere in this Vraja, in Vrindavan, everywhere there is nothing but Krishna. Uddhava's inner eye opened. He realized if Vedanta should be learned, it should be like that. I can just quote from the Bhagavat Purana. Asamaho charana renu jushamaham syam vrindabapane kimapi gulmalata aushadhinam. Alas, how wonderful May I be born in my next birth as a creeper, as a herb, or just bushes and thickets, which have been blessed by the dust of the lotus feet of the gopis. That speaks highly of gopis. When bhakti and jnana both blend, there is a perfection of attainment. And in Bhagavata, in the words of Krishna himself, he says, I follow the footsteps of those devotees whose love has become boundless. I follow their footsteps, perchance I can get the dust from their feet. The immensity of that ideal of divine love, same as the ideal of divine knowledge, intuitive knowledge compared to intellectual knowledge, intuitive feeling compared to ordinary sentimental feeling. All sentimental feelings put together, no matter how wonderful they may have been, they have been inspired millions of novels and wondrous writings of love. Put them all together, it is alpam, little. Same way, put all the pleasures of the world together, and it is called little. Yo vai bhuma tat sukham, that which is infinite, that alone is the real joy. That which is conditioned, limited, there is no joy in it. Someone gives you wonderful house and wonderful conditions, and gives you as well a notice that on a particular day, at a certain moment, you must leave the whole thing. You will not feel, oh, what a wonderful, at least I have a month here. Some people will do, but then that's folly. All pleasures have their time limit. And also, they are not real because you are not really experiencing pleasure. Pleasure experienced only at the level of senses is shaking the nerves. But beyond that is your mind. Is your mind gaining fullness, a sense of completeness? Is your intellect enjoying? Is your consciousness expanding? The deeper joy is not left at the level of senses. Senses may become an avenue to profound joy if your mind is highly advanced. The next sutra, Tad Vihinam Jaranam Iva. Narada says, if Mahatmya Gyan is not there, in loving God, if your mind is not open to the glorious nature of God, then your love is worldly love. Worldly love also has two aspects. One is in a righteous course, people become grihasthas, householders. In that state, it is a righteous course of love, where husband and wife, they help each other to recognize God in them. That's the ultimate goal. Not recognize each other to them, God in them. And therefore, Hindu culture evolved a great cultural need, a cultural relationship. Two words are used, pativrata. All women are advised to be pativrata, that is, devoted to the husband. But the scriptures also said Patni Vrat. The mass has kept it hidden. Patni Vrat. Men as well should turn to women to recognizing God in them. So you are, as a woman, you are a loving man, but you are loving God in a person, God in a human being, God in man. Contrariwise, man loves woman, God in the woman. And this is not just between husband and wife, in all relations. A mother loves her son, her child, God in that child. The child develops love towards the mother, God in the mother. That has very practical benefits. A young son wants to get certain things done and knows that mother or father will not easily agree. So he adopts the scriptural method. He brings a flower, puts at the feet, bends down. And immediately the mother says, God bless you. I say, really? I'm going to get things done fast. It's instinctive. If you recognize God in a person, immediately goodness begins to surge from the heart. Misunderstandings move away. Gentler sentiments, tender sentiments begin to surge. So if that is not there in human relations, love of God, the recognition that God is being loved, if that is not there, then it is mundane love, which means nothing. People love together for a long, long time, and then suddenly they depart as if they didn't have any relationship. And that type of love goes on. If you were to open up your mind to profounder view of the world, you have left behind millions of mothers, millions of fathers, millions of brothers, sisters, wives, husbands. Millions. And what happened to your love? Your love glistened on so many personalities, just like the light of the sun glistens on so many drops of water. You collect all the water and you have not found that light. That's what the soul is trying to do from one birth to another, collecting all types of drops that shine. And you don't really attain that love. If you attain it, you will not come to gather drops of water anymore. So love that does not have in its realm the love within you, if it doesn't allow divine love, if divine love is not the goal, then it is mundane love. And Narada further explains, Nastyeva tasmin tat sukham sukhitvam. In that love, there is no happiness. In the happiness of the beloved, both deceive each other. Mundane love means you are seeking selfish pleasure. And if you don't find that pleasure, there is no love. Therefore, People view each other as object. If you don't believe in me, study the Puranas and from ancient time, the Ramayana. Ravana considered Sita as the most treasured, most beautiful woman of that time. And he felt a sense of pity that such a wonderful lady and beautiful woman should be married to an ordinary two-legged human being. When we see all that, it seems quite reasonable. Ravana had a magnanimous heart. He didn't want such a treasure to get away to an ordinary personality. And people who are not sensitive, they will fall for it. Someone considers me his treasure. The treasure is always locked up. And better treasure can replace it. So therefore, in worldly love there is no selflessness. Selfishness is predominant. In divine love, your little self begins to dissolve. You may adopt different attitudes towards God, but ultimately, the most advanced attitude, termed as madhurya, sweet attitude, where ego begins to diminish. One important, interesting episode with Meera. Meera once visited Vrindavan, where all the historical memories of Krishna are spread out in Vrindavan. Of course, if you have devotional mind, you look at the trees and your mind goes into the drama. Here was once upon a time Krishna played on his flute. Still the trees are bent a little. There was in her time a great Mahatma. The people went to see him from a long distance. And Meera expressed her devotion and that she wanted to see that, to have darshan of that saint. But the disciple of the saint came and said, our Guru has a strict restriction. No woman allowed. So he sends you blessings and that's it. Meera says, this is a Gujarati language, Hu to jati chhati, je braj ma purush the chhe ek, braj ma rahino purush rahiya, bhalo tumharo vivek. I was always with this idea that in Vrindavan there is only one Purusha. Vrindavan is that divine consciousness of devotion. If you belong to that realm, there is only one Purusha, God. He is known as Purusha. That's the Sanskrit word. Why Purusha? He dwells in the city. Puri, term in Sanskrit is called city. So we have Jagannath Puri and so many Puris in India. Don't confuse it with Puri. And the best of all Puris is your own body. It is called Puriyashtaka. Eightfold City. That's your body. Body refers not only the physical body, physical, astral, causal. Eightfold. Jnanendriyas, the group of senses, senses of perception, the group of organs of action, the group of mind, intellect, the pranas, fourth, elements, fifth group. Then kama, desires of your heart, and karma, karmic entanglements, and vasanas, subtle impressions of the unconscious. This is the Eightfold City. In this city, God abides as the master, the maintainer, the controller. But he abides not with greatest stress, jumping up and down. He's always sleeping in the Milky Ocean. All this is highly figurative. The Purusha, God within you, is untouched, like the sky, abides in all the clouds, but untouched by them. Purusha abides in you, God abides in you. And the soul in you can find absolute love in recognizing the presence of the Purusha. For all souls, there is only one Purusha. And that's the destiny of all souls, to realize I am one with God, to develop the idea that I am body, and therefore the differentiations, man, woman, and so forth. First point to know, the soul is neither, doesn't come under any gender, neither man nor woman. Through a karmic process, you might have been male in many embodiments, female in many embodiments. You don't believe in it, you will find people here, they don't like the way they are. They made a mistake. They got into woman's body. They go through a long process to get things corrected. So deep down, you are neither male nor female. And therefore, body idea must move away. Dehadhyas. You are not loving God on the basis of the body. Body you are not. The greater is that understanding, I am not the body. Greater is your approach, movement towards God. You are coming closer to God. This point is easy to understand. Whenever your mind is enjoying intense delight, the body idea drops away. Gopis used to go to Yashoda's place just to look at Krishna. One story is there, a gopi brings a candle, a lamp of the old time, and sees Krishna and gets into ecstasy. The flame of that lamp has started burning her finger. Yashoda runs to rescue her, but she was not aware. Intensely blissful. I'm going into wide, direct deviation, but to bring out a point. That when Meera said to that man, she sent that message to that disciple. And the message was, for so long she had always thought that whoever lives in Vrindavan is soul loving God. And God was the only one to be loved. And he says that message, she says, Glory to his discriminative knowledge. Also, she scolds him. You live in Vrindavan, and what has happened to your vivek, your intellect, with a dull-wit intellect, that you are just engrossed in seeing differences and having that awareness, I am the body and others are bodies. When the Guru received that, he came running, he realized his mistake, fell at the feet of Meera, and of course, it's dramatized to give you an idea of the goal. The difference between moha type of love. In all human love, there is moha. And the veil of moha is never penetrated for a vast majority of people. If the veil of moha can be broken, then you will not be coming back into human embodiment, looking for love. The film song, "Ek dil ke tukde हजार हुए." Your heart broke into 1,000 pieces. Some have fallen here, some have fallen there. And you go on aging looking for those pieces to put them together. And you become a little more psychic, then you look for your past embodiments. And where are those relatives? And what are they doing? Think of the immensity of illusion. While all the while, God is present in your heart. And you have all the potentiality to develop divine feeling. All things that are arranged for you in your embodiment, they have only one central purpose: to awaken in you love for God. And once you have attained that, you have absolutely fulfilled. Attaining love of God has already secured intuitional knowledge. When we use Jnana Yoga and Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga has, of course, will give you the highest, but there is a great tendency in the mind of people not to give attention to the feeling aspect. So you are studying Upanishad, the whole world is illusion, and you see someone in danger and trouble. Of course it is an illusion. So where will that Vedanta lead you to? But look at Valmiki, who is immersed in Samadhi, highest Vedantin. He sees two birds playing, and a hunter discharges an arrow, one bird dies. His heart is filled with compassion. In that he sees the miseries of the whole world reflected. And what should he do? He composes the entire Ramayana and gives people the remedy for all this misery: turn to Rama, God. He could have said, "Oh, the world is mithya." After all, he's not even a human being, just birds. So therefore, we say, if you have secured bhakti, mukti bhakti ki dasi hai. Mukti is the maid servant of the bhakti. If you have not secured your heart aspect, it remains dry and extremely limited and selfish. Intellectually, you can pass the examination in Vedanta. You may be at the top. But that's not enlightened. And with this we conclude. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Thank you for joining us on this journey of spiritual growth. It's an honor to learn from the wisdom of Swami Jyotirmayananda. As we part for now, remember, the quest does not end. Take time to reflect on today's insights and integrate them into your life. Until next time, stay open, stay curious, stay present. The light within you is always shining.